Now, when you chase them, we are going to give you some percentage. But this land, they are sold with a title. Even some of the land title, the thing about RCC has some of the title, which he took it. RCC also should be investigated. RCC of Lira. They're having a deal. Now, whoever sells, it goes away like a matter. Was it the matter, the former? He sold 3 land. Now the time when they're about to be transferred.
But he has no title.
He has no title. They use somebody, the proxy, to transfer that sales agreement. Now when they sell being a RPC, DPC, they go back to Konjiri, the Kumam, and then let the Langi people fight. That's the deal that they have.
Is the discrepancies that are occurring on the issues of land in our area. I think Chairman Elsuwan rightly mentioned that what Honorable John asked you to come and look into is something that started recently. We are aware that land owned by government institutions have titles that are written Uganda Land Commission, for the police block being Uganda Land Commission, bracket Internal Affairs, bracket Uganda Police. When I was young, there were people who are called local administration police, which were employees of the district. We had a derogatory name for referring to them. We used to call them Ogwangwena. And the land that we in contention now, that's the land where the local administration police used to occupy. So it is baffling that after some time, that land became that of the Uganda Police. So there should be a title showing Uganda Land Commission, bracket Internal Affairs, bracket Uganda Police. We believe that land belongs to the successor of now local administration. In this case, it is Lira District Land Board. On other issues that we want to bring to your attention, Honorable Minister, you are aware that Lira City is a very young institution, and we have inherited, or we should inherit, some documents, some property from the mother district, which is Lira District. As it happens, that has not been done smoothly. We believe that there is still a continuation of processing of land within the boundaries of Lira City by the Lira District Land Board. There have been 2 meetings about files of land that belongs to Lira City Land Board. One was chaired by the Undersecretary, and one meeting, that one took place here, and another meeting took place in Kampala, which involved the State House Anti-Corruption Unit. And deadlines were agreed for files to be handed over, files of land within the boundaries of Lira City. Up to now, Honorable Minister, that has not happened. We hope your visit here will help to facilitate the resolution of the issue of the files that have been the subject of several discussions. And finally, Honorable Minister, in the process of doing the business that we have been appointed to do, we request that, that some of the issues that we are having would request you to have a meeting with you, whether it takes place here in Lira or whether it is possible for us to come to Kampala to present some of these issues so that they can be resolved, so that the process of land management in Lira district and the process of land management in Lira city is smoothened and things work properly. Finally, and with apology, I did not address my son. I called him my son, MP Achon. Maybe you won't remember me, but some years ago when you were a young man, I took a photograph of yourself. When you have time, you can approach me and I'll give you that photograph to remind you of who you look like sometime before you became an MP. With that, Honorable Minister, I would like to stop here and give time for other people to make their comments.
Paul Tiankoma. I stand before you as the chairperson of Lira District Land Board. I am here on account of information or invitation that the minister is coming to resolve matters relating to land conflicts in the broader Lira district, but particularly or more specifically within Lira city. Honorable Minister, it suffices to say, if I had known particularly or specifically, I would have done better. But nonetheless, I'm going to do my best. First and foremost, I came into office on the 7th day of December 2020. So I am 4 years in office. My term is academic on around the same time. My time in office has not been such smooth. But of course, at the end of the day, if you must be counted, you must fight the most poignant. Honorable Minister, the purpose for which we are here, I have gathered, is that there's a conflict between the police and individual landowners. I am going to be very meticulous and precise to the point. Under Section 60 of the Land Act, the board is mandated to lease, to allocate, to sell, to own, to hold, etc. public land. Land that is not titled and or that is not owned by any person. When I came to office, at the time I appointed above, I learned from the records available that lands had been allocated by the previous boards. Which boards I don't fault, because they were competent and lawfully in office. The lands in issue now is part of the lands that was allocated before I came to office. Where we are seated here, this district land, it is titled. Howsoever, the other side of the road is land that in the wisdom of the district, who are the owners of the land, decided to allocate it under the law, sometimes back before I came to office. So I don't have any issue about that. I am not faulting that decision. I am actually surprised that there are contestations to that effect. That be as it may, when I came to office, I got to know that the police was in dire need for some pieces of land. In the wisdom of council, during my tenure of office as chairperson, I had the benefit and rare privilege of listening to the cries of the police. It was such dire. Needless to mention, council elected to donate land for purpose of development, but also in light of the account that there was a city that was coming up. And so there was need for progressive expansion and developing capacity or enhancing capacity of the police. It is because of that reason, therefore, that council resolved that land be allocated to the police. Under my hand and signature, I have had the rare benefit of chairing a meeting of the board which donated land to the Uganda police. Honorable Minister, for avoidance of doubt, and in the interest of time, I get perplexed when I hear that the police is cajoling and chasing people away from land which does not belong to them, from my records and from my recollection. Because we sat as a board under the wisdom of the district council, under minute number 95/01/11 on the 11th of November 2021, and allocated land precisely, and I have the record here, which I can attest to, plot 30 to 46, Ajal Road, which is opposite Kyoga North Police Headquarters. The land is 9.6 acres. The Honorable Chairman of the district and the Speaker of the District Council is here. They shall attest to that fact. Courtesy of their guidance, the board allocated that land. They allocated it to the police because police didn't have anything. I have a copy of the original record which I've kept for myself. This is for the chairman's office, which was received by the regional police commander. I also have a letter subsequently which we wrote to the Uganda Land Commission informing them that we had allocated such land to the Uganda police. That is one. Honorable Minister, number two, we also did allocate plot number 2 of Tibok Close, where I led you to, and I said this was the residence of the sub-county chief. That we also allocated to the police for purposes of constructing a barracks or for their residence purposes. That is true. We did do that. The district did that because they didn't have anywhere to reside. So that was an act of gratitude by the district. If anybody can be appreciative, I thought the Uganda police should have been most appreciative. I will not delve into that. Honorable Minister, number 3, where City West Division, I think they call it City West Division headquarters. I'm not a criminal, so I'm not a regular of that place, but the last time I checked, from my records, it is said that is City West Police Regional Headquarters. We did allocate to them, we did actually confirm. They were in occupation of plot number 2 and number 4, which I showed you, Honorable Minister. We did confirm that it is on record. And we notified the Uganda Land Commission. It's incumbent on them to process the title. Maybe they have gone to the city land board, I don't know. So from my record, that is what Lira district, being such a nice mother, donated to the Uganda police. As if that is not enough, Honorable Minister and members here present, maybe this is the last time I'm speaking to you. Lira district local government also went ahead in their good manners and in their charity. They also donated the entire Demokok sub-county headquarters, which was titled Where We Drove and Parked At, with its title. They also donated it to Uganda police. That is where the band, my residence is not very far away. I normally hear some organized. I am made to understand that, of course, Lira City, Uganda police had been renting that premise from. Lira City had been renting that premise. No, collecting rent for the premises. I don't know how true it is, but of course, once in a while I've heard over the media. So, the last I recall is that place is titled, and the title was handed over. Whether the transfer has been effected or not, I don't know. I don't even want to know. But I want it to be for the record. Since, under the law, the mandate of the board is just unregistered land. I can authoritatively speak about the donations of 3 different plots of land, which I did show you, where we went to. This other with title, somebody competent will speak about it. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, after entering an agreement, a negotiated settlement, a compromise with the police, which copy I have here, the original of, which I'm going to lay before you, I have been disturbed by reports, many people suing the board, that the board allocated them land which does not belong to the board and or where they cannot access. It's my understanding. You don't own a thing, but you claim ownership over it, maybe because you have the other thing. So, that being as it may, after resolving and all satisfying the egos of the police, I thought they should have been grateful enough. I understand up to date, they are still preventing people from utilizing their lands. As the board, one of our mandates is to ensure that you utilize, develop, and or put into proper use the lands we have given you. So if we give you land, don't think that is your grandfather's land, you will own it for 100 years. We give you a lease. A lease means to rent. If we give you land for 5 years and you don't develop it, we terminate that lease. We made efforts to terminate leases. However, there are people who have had genuine reasons for which we can't terminate their leases. What is their ground? Police have stopped them from utilizing their lands. So you can't terminate it, you must give them time. I have a title and you don't want me to utilize my land. So, Honorable Minister, these are our policemen. We respect them, they're in uniform. I salute them.